What is the kryptonite to perfectionism? Now, I've worked on thousands of videos as a professional video producer and editor, and there's one thing that I found that has helped me overcome perfectionism. And it's this thing that has helped me on my YouTube journey. Now, funny enough, a lot of people think that this thing is a bad thing. Woohoo! I lived a large chunk of my life thinking everything I worked on had to be perfect. Having worked for some of the biggest companies in the country, I wanted my scripts to be perfect, my cinematography and lighting to be perfect. God knows how many hours I've spent on an edit. But thankfully, YouTube is not about perfection. At least that's what I decided my YouTube channel to be. And it's just been so incredibly freeing. I wanted my YouTube journey to be the opposite of my career, to be the opposite of perfection. So what does that look like? Aiming for perfection is like trying to hit a target that always moves. What I learned over my 15 plus years in the industry and from just being on the earth for nearly 38 years, is that the enemy of perfectionism is progress. But to be more specific, it's consistent progress. And this is where playing video games comes in. Let's say you have two people playing Mario Kart. Let's say player one starts the race with infinite mushrooms, knows all the shortcuts, and completely owns player two, but then just stops. Meanwhile, regardless of how long it took, how slow he went, and how unfair it seemed, player two eventually finishes and wins the race. The thing that motivated me throughout my entire career and now on YouTube is consistently progressing, consistently challenging myself, consistently growing through the ups and downs, and trust me, there have been ups and downs. Always wanting to be better is really what brought me here. All right, so how does all of this specifically relate to YouTube? Well, when I started taking YouTube seriously, I challenged myself. In 2023, I set a goal to become YouTube partner by the end of the year. I also set a constraint, which became my niche, and that was music and audio production. And so I had a goal, I had constraints, I had a deadline, which is extremely important for creative people. And by the end of the year, I reached my goal and I became a YouTube partner and started making that sweet YouTube AdSense money, which I'm gonna tell you right now is not that much. But more importantly than that, I learned a lot of things about YouTube, but also about myself. So back in 2023, I just left the video industry to start focusing on YouTube, but that perfectionist mindset was still very much a part of me. And so in those early days, I carried that over to YouTube. I spent so much time on a lot of those early videos, and while I did eventually reach my goal, I learned that the videos that I spent a lot of time on, the videos that I tried to get absolutely perfect, weren't the ones that necessarily got the most views. And I'm sure you've heard this many times before, but that was kind of new to me, right? Like that idea of, hey, I put in all this effort, shouldn't I reap the rewards kind of thing. What I learned from that experience was that perfectionism wasn't what got me to the goal, what got me to the finish line. It was consistency. As a whole, each video was a step in the right direction, regardless of how long each individual video took. And I'm not talking about easy mode videos, all right? I do want to be careful about this whole anti-perfectionism thing. You know, some people might see this as an excuse to not put in any effort. You know, there was this whole thing about YouTube being on easy mode, and I get it, but unlike Mario Kart, there are no shortcuts in life. There are no shortcuts in YouTube. And look, I'm all about efficiency, but if you think you'll reap the rewards without putting in the reps, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. I think every artist, and that includes creatively driven YouTube creators, want to create great stuff. You know, we don't want to take the shortcut. We want to put in the effort because there's a certain satisfaction you get out of it. And perfectionism comes from this desire for greatness, but a lot of us, myself included, just take it too far. Putting in the effort is great. Challenging yourself is great, not only for YouTube, but just in life in general. You know, I always say strive for greatness, not perfection. Now, real quick, if you are a creatively minded video creator and you want to start taking YouTube seriously, you want to challenge yourself, you want to put in that effort, I encourage you to sign up for my Video Creator Bootcamp program. It's an intensive program that's meant to challenge you, meant to get you off your ass and start creating consistently. So check out the link below for more information and to sign up for my waitlist. But if you don't want to do that, it's all good. You can just check out this video over here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm gonna go play some Mario Kart now.